Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Si, long time no see. As you all know, 2 weeks ago was our Chinese New Year, as long as the Spring Festival. We had an 8-day public holiday. Since my wife's younger brother was getting married, I went back early to Medan County, which is both my hometown and my wife's hometown. We attended her brother's wedding at her family's place. After the wedding, it was time for the Spring Festival, which is the most important holiday in our China. No matter where you are, everyone tries their best to come back home and reunite with their family during this time. On the first day of the holiday, of course, I spent time with my family and had the New Year's Eve dinner. On the second day, I went back to my ancestral home, where I was born, to visit the graves of my late grandparents. This is also one of the most important traditions during the Spring Festival, paying respects to deceased loved ones by visiting their graves. After paying respects to my late grandparents, my brother and I decided to use the remaining days of the holiday to take our parents on a trip. If we stay at home, every day would pretty much be the same, just eating, playing mahjong, and sleeping. And because of their jobs, my parents and brother rarely have time to go out and have fun. So I thought it would be a good idea to take them on a little adventure. Since my parents have never seen the ocean, we decided to head south to Guangdong province, the closest coastal province to our home in Guizhou province, Guangxi and Guangdong province. Guangxi province borders Vietnam. On the first night, we drove to Zhengyuan County Town, an ancient town in our Guizhou province. We had dinner there and spent about an hour exploring the older town. Then we drove to Liping County Town, a minority ethnic county town, and stayed at a hotel there for the night. The next morning, after breakfast, we continued our journey. A few hours later, we arrived in Guilin, one of China's most famous tourist cities. We had lunch in the city, visited the Elephant Trunk Hill Scenic Area, which is actually the cover photo of our childhood Chinese textbooks. And because of time constraints, we stayed at a hotel in a nearby small town. We also spent some time by the Li River, which is one of Guilin's main attractions. The best way to enjoy the Li River scenery is by taking a cruise, which covers dozens of kilometers and takes about 4 hours, costing around 300 yuan per person. But since we were on a road trip this time, we didn't take the cruise. After resting for a night at a small town hotel by the Li River, we drove to another riverside town called Xinping Ancient Town. There, we saw the scenery along the Li River, which is actually the spot featured on the 20 yuan Chinese banknote. Yeah, the view you see on the 20 yuan is right here. But because of the season and rain, the scenery wasn't at its best. I'd recommend coming here in spring or summer when the weather is clear. It's totally worth it. And let me show you the money. Our Chinese yuan, 20 yuan. And this is the scenery in the Li River. That is this. After wrapping up our time in Guilin, we hit the road again and drove to Zhanjiang City in Guangdong Province. Finally, my parents, niece, and nephew got to see the ocean for the first time. They were super excited since it was their first time, and honestly, that was the highlight of the trip for me, being able to show my parents the sea. They are getting older, and opportunities like this don't come around often, so I was really happy to make it happen. In Zhanjiang, we enjoyed the ocean views, tried some local seafood, and bought a bunch of chocolate. We also took a boat ride and visited a nearby island. That was a great way to wrap up the trip. Nine. Yeah.那么
哪里有包死吗？有包死嘞，那是背口。背口是什么？
South China Sea.哎呦！
来，我再看一下对不对？行。
After finishing our trip in Zhanjiang, we started heading back home. I took my wife, parents, brother, sister-in-law, nephew, and niece to a minority ethnic village. I was really happy with this decision, but honestly, I was the only one who liked it. Everyone else wasn't too thrilled. This village is really remote, far from any city, compared to other famous tourist spots. There is almost no commercialization here, just a few simple restaurants and hotels. Everything else is pretty much preserved in its original state. And let me give you a quick introduction of our Guizhou province. It is one of the provinces in China with a large minority population. Minority make up about 40% of the total population here, while the Han Chinese, which is the majority ethnic group in our China, and in Guizhou province make up 60% of the population. Nationwide, Han Chinese account for over 90% of the population. And yes, I am Han Chinese too. In Guizhou, there are many minority groups, including the Miao, Buyi, Tujia, and Dong, each with populations over 1 million. The village we visited belongs to the Dong ethnic group. It's not very big, and most of the people living here are locals. Aside from a few tourists, you rarely see outsiders. When we arrived, it was already evening. We went to the center of the village to watch the locals sing. They were singing in their own language, so we couldn't understand it.
经济的社会性自由朋友，一年。
Because it was cold, everyone gathered around a bonfire to sing. The locals' hotels are also traditional wooden houses, and the entire village is made up of these traditional wooden structures. It's rare to see such a well-preserved, low commercialized village in China law. The next morning, my wife and I got up early and walked around the village. You can really feel the traditional, primitive atmosphere here. 夏狮犬，
夏狮犬是什么？忘记了。
贵州的本地猎犬。
啊？
贵州的纯本土的猎犬。It's so peaceful and quiet. It's truly amazing. If you are a foreigner visiting our Guizhou province, I really hope you can come to this village and experience it for yourself. It's one of those places that hasn't been completely taken over by commercialization, and the villagers still maintain their traditional way of life. Okay, that's all for today's video. Hope you can enjoy it. Goodbye.